Hi folks, today I want to do a follow-up video to the one I did before about kind of what happens when everything in life goes bad. And the topic I want to cover today is the flip side of that, and that is about what does it mean to say yes to life? Yeah, like what does that actually mean? To say yes to life, to grow and to open up in the face of all of this adversity, in the face of all of our wounding and all of our challenges. And so, if you may remember on the previous video, we talked about this journey of expansion that we're all on, consciously or unconsciously. You know, we're all on this journey to expand, to tap into our power, to step into our power, to share our gifts with the world, to have the type of connections and relations with others, with all of creation, you know, in a way that is an integrity to ourselves and is glued with love. And what happens when we come against our own wounding, our own blocks, our own armor, and great discomfort happens, yeah? And do we sit with the discomfort? Do we run away from the discomfort? And I want to go a little bit deeper in this place to talk about what it means to say yes and how to deal with these places, yeah? So if we are kind of on our journey, and then something happens that brings up our wounding, makes us feel small, makes us vibrate in that painful way that is, if we really sit with it, it's very familiar and it's very young, you know? So our stories, our patterns in our lives, we can tell we're in our wounds when, if we sit with it, with the discomfort, it feels very familiar and it feels like a very young place, yeah? So in this place, we have a choice to make, you know, and we live in a dualistic world, so we always have two choices, really. You know, we may think we have so many choices in life, but there's only two. One can describe them as moving towards consciousness or moving away from consciousness, towards love or towards fear, yeah? So we have a choice in this place of great discomfort. Do we collapse in that place of smallness, collapse our energy, collapse our power, collapse our agency and sovereignty? Or do we stay in our power and live from that place of power in that discomfort? And so if that doesn't really land really well, that's okay. I'm going to get into it a little bit. And it really takes a lot of time for all of this to really, really land. But it's so freeing when it does. So when I say collapse, I really mean like an energetic collapse. It's a feeling of I can't. So the collapse is characterized by I can't. You know, it's, in a way, it's the negation of yourself. You're negating yourself. There's a self-negation that happens in a place of I can't. It's a place of victimhood. You know, things are happening to me and I can't do anything about it. I'm powerless. I'm giving away my power to the perpetrators outside, to the partner, to the mother, father, to the friend who did something shitty, to my awful boss. You know, there's this place of I can't do anything about the misery that I'm in, discomfort that I'm in. And this is not a place of yes, obviously. This is not a yes to life. But importantly, it is also not a no to life. It's a no to the self. There's a negation of the self that happens. But the no, it's just a collapse. It's like I am squishing myself down as much as possible because I cannot change anything in my life. So I wouldn't really characterize this place as a yes or a no, because a no is a self-determining place as well. It has a lot of energy to it. And this place of energetic collapse has no energy to it. It's a powerless, self-negating place of I can't. Yeah? And so if we sit with the discomfort, you know, I talked about sitting with the discomfort and learning how to tolerate the discomfort. And that's what I do with my clients a lot. You know, we work work through the discomfort, we move through the discomfort so that we can learn a lot about it. And in this place of learning about the discomfort, you know, in this very somatic way, we move past, we break through the I can't into the I won't. You know, I won't. And the I won't is your no. It has tremendous power in it because it's a self-asserting place. It's a place where you are creating a boundary between yourself and the external world, and you're like, no, I won't. You know, and it's a place of choice, and it's a place of self-responsibility, and it's a place where even though it's like it's a place that can be in any sometimes like, you know, have a very destructive energy or deep anger in it, or, you know, like deep fear even, and, you know, sadness and a lot of stuff that is very, very much discomfort. It's a place of deep power. It's a place where we can source our power in our no. And by energizing the no, we tap into our life force energy, and the life force energy starts to move. Yeah. So it's like, I choose not to. I won't. You know, I won't. I won't move past this. You know, I'm not helpless. And there's a choice. And even though, you know, before, let's say there was a conflict with somebody, you felt powerless in the conflict, in the I can't, in the I won't, you still may not choose a different outcome. You know, you still might not choose to come towards love, or, you know, hear the other person, or come with an openness and a vulnerability. You know, you might still choose to no, to like, fuck you, to go in the other direction, but it's a choice. It's the I won't do this. I won't give myself up. I won't, you know, I don't like it. It's this place of I don't like it and I'm not gonna do it. And when we energize the I won't, and we realize that there's a choice in our actions, in our perpetuating the pattern, in the stories, you know, that we feel shackled to in our lives, or we felt shackled to before, even though we don't see a third option, even if we don't see another way forward, and we keep doing this I won't place, you know, at least it's a choice. And when we energize it, there opens up this possibility of I want to. Even if I don't know how to, I want to. You know, even if I don't know how to be vulnerable and open my heart in relationship and stay there, I want to. And that I want to is a higher self place. You know, when people are in recovery and they're in the 12-step program, there's the first step is ask for help from a higher place. And now there might be some confusion around whether that's like religious or whatever, but that act of asking for help, that is not asking for help of like something else. That is sourcing your higher self. That is sourcing your higher power. That is sourcing, you know, that place in you that wants to grow, wants to expand, wants to say yes to life, wants to make a different choice, even though what that choice is or how to make it is still not very clear. Yeah, it doesn't have to be clear to say yes to life, but that yes to life, that I want to, can only come after we make the choice of I won't. Because before the I won't, there's the I can't. And so once we say I want to, the next step is I need help. I'm asking for help. I have faith. You know, there's this tapping into a place of faith in yourself, in a higher power, in the universe, in love, and whatever that may translate into for you. But it's really about sourcing yourself, sourcing those resources to look, to expand, to grow, to sit in the discomfort and see where you come out on the other end. So really, what it means to say yes to life is a journey from I can't to I won't to I want to. And in this place of I want to, very quickly you say I want to, but blah, 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 blah. But I am not worthy. But I don't have enough money. But I don't like that person. But it's just not right. But fear, 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 fear. You know, and that's normal. That's part of the journey. You know, I can't, I won't, I want to, but backwards a little bit. But I want to. Help me move from this place. And in this place of surrender, in this place of help me, whatever that means to you, you know, that could mean so many things. It's just asking for something greater than what I am in right now, a bigger consciousness, asking to vibrate on a bigger consciousness. That's opening up your vibration to that higher consciousness, because you're inviting it in. And when you're inviting it in, that is when the breakthrough happens. That's when you actually start vibrating on a higher consciousness, because you're asking for it from a place of surrender. So, you know, when people work in ceremony with me, I always say that the biggest impact on ceremony, on life, on anything, is how much you're willing and able to surrender to these challenges, to surrender the resistance, to surrender the buts, you know, and resource that higher consciousness in yourself. Because as soon as you start asking for the help of I want to, help me, you start moving up, you start expanding, you start opening your heart, and the breakthrough happens in ways that you never imagined. So yeah, that's the journey. So with that, all my love. I'll be posting a little bit more in the coming days, weeks.